So, welcome back with Genie. We were here, and I'm full screen now, so you might find a difference. I hope it works. I had some advice, I hope it works, and we are about to follow. And now I have no trouble at all, so yeah. It's really, really nice, isn't it? I missed a note in the last episode. It was under the desk.
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world. Right. It is awfully chilly.
Oh, there you are.
One second.
Oh, teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell?
Yeah. Lean. The stone he notices would be a likely terminating point of a fall. In the distance as he feels dizzy looking down, his heart does not favor heights. Well, he doesn't anyway.
If she fell head first on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
Well, not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still... You're still out there.
Is that a church? Can we go there? Can I go this way? I like to. Run for it, boy. That would be cool if this is also...
Lissie! Slow down! I can't keep up with you.
No, we can't.
Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something.
Haha.
Lissie? Are you there?
Look at that. So, yes, you are. She's there. Don't worry, she's there. Oh,
Teddy.
Saving point.
My word. Look away,
Oh,
Lissie.
there you are.
Is this what happened to the villagers?
Oh,
They
oh my God! What
killed
is
themselves?
this?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
This is just ghastly. What made him do this? How long has he been...
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. Depends on temperature and humidity, of course.
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother
Don't.
drowned herself? Sorry. Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran,
No.
and
This happened later.
How would you know?
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for...
Betty?
For your Betty.
Oh, yeah. It does something. Is it pick up? Yeah, climb up. Untie him. What, scared?
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
Try again. Ooh. Black screen. Save point. What?
Where are the Fretlins, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
Simple solution, he believes it's often the correct one.
Penny for your thoughts?
Religious beliefs here, and so he most likely did, I don't know. When tragedy befalls them, Edward thinks people...
Perhaps she fell by accident.
So you don't think it was murder?
It's difficult to say with any certainty.
How would we
The
know?
boy could have pushed her.
You're really not helping.
No, you're not helping
Can
too.
we talk about this tomorrow?
We don't know.
I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlins could still come home.
Alright. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck.
Right,
I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
right. I'm not sure, actually. I'm standing up, which is always a weird thing. You. Is it? Where are we? Are we in the kitchen? We are in the kitchen. Read.
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this.
Just like the book. Isn't that odd?
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes. And it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister. But I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
So there is a lot of accusations, and we really don't know these people, and we have no evidence at all. So I'm not going to say somebody just is a murderer or a girl is murdered. Maybe it was an accident. So, yeah. I guess it wasn't the kitchen. Or it was the kitchen. Yes, it was the kitchen. What's over there? Have I seen this before? No. That's nice. I don't need to pick it up. I want to read the note. Did I read the note or not? If you're not... So I probably read the note. He doesn't say it again, does he? He doesn't say anything again. So... Huh! Curtains are closed. Can we... Huh. Right. So... Place hot.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy.
Not now, please. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Still wanna... Oh, the other way, so back up. Sorry. Right. I still don't want to do that, so... Yeah, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to record more.
Quite the day, huh?
In the
I'm ready
morning.
to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Right.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
Achievement unlocked. Home alone. Weird. Day 3. Great. So, the next day. For me, it's the next day too, so let's get out of the couch. Have a look outside. What's the weather like? A little bit. Right. Well, we'll see. Right. So, where's Lissie?
Alice!
Upstairs? Right. Well, let's go.
Teddy? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. Ooh, another fine chest. Are you here? Ooh, this is nice. Right. Read. We'll find her later. Read. Do I have to read it all, or I'll just even pause the video? Mr. Harden inquired about his sister, who was traveling on her own. Apparently, she's a journalist and imagined that crossing the Atlantic Ocean to write about Norway. Right, I have no idea. There's nothing here worth writing about anymore. His sister has not arrived yet. If she had, I would have tired her out with questions about America, being a journalist and traveling the world on her own. She sounds so interesting. Yeah, well, it is 1923. I'll write Mr. Harden today. Youngman is not comfortable writing letters, especially in English. He agrees that we should invite Mr. Harden to stay here if he decides to come. After all, there are no guest houses in Gravik, and our spare room is rarely used. Also, I have to admit, having a visitor from America sounds terribly exciting. Right, so third page. And read. How much more? I wrote Mr. Harden to invite him. There was an argument in the shop earlier today. Frederick was yelling at poor Astrid, claiming their goats had been grazing on his land. I wanted to speak up, but knew I'd only made him angrier. August 10. Johan went across the fjord this morning to purchase some necessities, including new fabrics, and to pick up the post. The letters have been piling up in the store. I sometimes worry the world has completely forgotten about us. August 17th. I finished another dress today. This one is for myself. There are no customers anymore. No one here needs another dress, and it's been ages since we visited the city. I hardly know anyone there, and who would want the dresses being graphic when they can have one tailored in Oslo? Isn't that Sweden, Oslo? I'm not sure. I feel lonely today. I miss my dear Margaret so much after all these years. Her twin sister, I guess. Well, let's stop here. I think Ruth is hiding something from me. She's always been awfully secretive. She goes off on her own even more. I don't mind her playing and exploring. I always regret Margaret and I not being allowed to run free. Ruth says she's looking for flowers and pretty rocks. I shouldn't worry so much. August 21. Simon stopped by today with a gift for Ruth, a whole bar of chocolate. He's a sweet boy, but Frederick would be furious if he knew. August 22. I asked Ruth if she plays up by Frederick's farm or near the old mine. She promised she doesn't. I've never had reason not to trust her, but I still feel she's hiding something from me. Third page. Oh, I'm intrigued. I looked at the drawings while she was out. She's got such an imagination. September 5. We received another letter from Mr. Harden. He'll be here in October as planned. Well, we know that. Forward. If only for a few days. There's been no sign of Mr. Harden's sister yet. If she left also weeks ago, where could she be? She may well have decided to stop along the way. We've heard nothing, but so rarely speak with anyone outside Gravik these days. I do hope she's alright. I would hate for Mr. Harden to come all this way to no avail. Ruth is still being secretive. I know she's hiding something. One of these days I will follow her. Right. September 9. No church service today again. The vicar hasn't been back since the memorial service in July. That's fine. Johan believes he will be back, and that he has given up on Gravik, like everyone else. I think I'm coming down in the cold. September 15. Someone damaged our boat during the night. That's the third one this month. Johan suspects Frederick, of course. I fear something is bubbling to the surface again after all these years. I'm not at all feeling well. I spent most of yesterday and today in bed. Ruth was sweet and brought me potato soup and tea with honey and milk. So she was still alive then. September 18. She has left us. Our dearest Ruth is gone. I cannot believe it was Simon's doing. He too is now gone, and with him all hope Gravik had left in it. Really? So, man. No more. Oh, so, well, I just have to go this way then. Yay, so, she stopped writing after that. I would too, actually. Is this Ruth's bed? That's a really tiny bed for a small child. Huh. This one is closed. Play. I don't play. Draugen walls. Wow. I actually would have expected what was his name again? I forgot his name. I was expecting he would say something about his sister not arriving at all. Oh, just back off then. That is really confusing. Sometimes you need to do escape. Ooh, piano man. That's nice. Oh. Sit at the table? Why would I want to sit at the table? Ooh, draw. Yeah, I want to draw. Absolutely. What am I drawing? Oh, it's just this. Nice and quiet. Still not hungry, mister? He's drawing a little crib. I would have expected him to say something, but maybe he will later. Maybe we're not supposed to do this yet. Well, we get out. We know what to do now. Journal. Have we viewed our journal? Oh, that is so cool. Do we have a next? No. We have a previous. And we can read this one too. Dear Mr. Harden, my husband John, we received it. In regards, blah 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 blah. Right. So, we did it. What else is here? Open. Oh,
This is her room. Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever.
Yeah, for the people who are left behind.
Maybe
sure.
there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic.
No, I think she has a point, actually.
I'll help you look.
Yeah. She is very nearby. Well, how many things? We have a drawing over here. So, yeah, I want to see the drawing.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet. She was 8. Ruth never finished this.
Oh.
What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
Forbandelsen. The curse.
What is that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out.
Put on it. Open.
What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. And they belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait, the pin.
Yeah.
On the dog.
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
A dig, a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
Yeah.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things.
I don't know. This is it? Can we... Yep, we can back out now. Actually, the thing there in the middle is the same thing as on the doll, so this might be something.
She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh. Going on this tour again? Quarreling? What we have here?
Draugen.
Picture book.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
We will. We are reading anyway this episode, besides the hangman.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the black seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester, but instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you... That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
Your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you.
Yeah, me too. I pity you too, because she might have a point, and this is a game after all. So, yeah, we are, we cannot leave the room. That's cool. We cannot leave the room. So is there more? Oh, there is far more, and we are running long this time. Look.
This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
The community divided.
Yeah. And this one.
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
The cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
We already
Her
know.
Viking treasure. Of course.
Of course. So, another one. What's going on here?
That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
True. So
There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
No.
She didn't imagine the Viking artifacts.
No.
You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic events.
This is what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
Church
Yep,
bell.
it's a bell.
Someone's here. Maybe... Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble.
I don't know.
I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it
You
more likely to be
finally
the
wanna go?
person you saw the other night? We should be
I
careful.
told you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go
can't
ahead.
look, right?
I'll catch up with you before you get there. I
Right.
need a minute to think about all of this.
We're finally going to the church, and I want to explore the other room. It is really funny. Well, I can leave now. So, let's leave anyway. So we're in the hallway here, and I really want to have a look on the other side. It's still open, I think. And there's another door. I want to have a peek inside. It's locked. Cool. Now I want to know about this door. Why is that door locked? This one isn't. I think this is where I was supposed to be staying. Yeah. Right. Well, I'm going to end the episode here because I am running long and a few cuts this time. So, see you again in the next one. Thanks for watching and being here. Bye bye.